Hi, welcome to Conservative Apologetics. You know, a new poll came out on Politico.com about President Obama and his approval rating, the approval rating of Congress, the approval rating of the Republican Party, etc. And the numbers aren't good for anybody. Here's the thing. What these numbers, I believe, are reflecting is a void in political leadership that is courageous. People are looking for courageous leadership that makes sense. Now, Obama's going out there. One of the things you got to hand to President Obama is he's going out there and he's pushing his agenda, and he's doing it boldly. But the American people are beginning to wake up and realize that this guy's agenda is not necessarily what's best for America. Let's look at some of the poll numbers. With regard to health care reform, the number of Americans who say they trust the president in health care reform has fallen from 66% to 54%. And at the same time, the percentage of those who say they don't trust the president has jumped from 31 to 42%. So he has taken quite a hit in his overall trust numbers. Only 42% of the respondents say they trust the Democratic Party, compared to 52% who don't. And that's inverse from back in March when 52% said they trusted him, 42% said they didn't. But here's the thing. The Republicans haven't gained anything either. The trust of Republicans fell from 40% in March to 36% in a recent survey. So only 36% of political junkies who took this poll, because it's on Politico.com, trust the Republican Party. President Obama's personal approval rating has dropped from 60% to below 60%. And it says that support for the president's leadership on several key issues has fallen below 50%. Now, here's some of the other numbers that I think are important in this poll. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has dropped from 26% to 24%. Sarah Palin from 38 to 35%. Let's see, Mitt Romney only has 24% of the people, or only 30% of the people, rather, that say they trust him. John Boehner, who's the minority leader, the Republican minority leader in the House, only 15% say they trust him. Timothy Geithner, who is the Treasury Secretary, only has 24% of the people trusting him. So this is across political lines, folks. Nobody trusts politicians anymore. It doesn't matter whether they're Republican or whether they're Democratic. What they trust is a bold vision. Now, Obama came into office with a bold vision. It was just Americans discovered it wasn't the right vision. We need a conservative leader to rise up in this country and to present a bold vision that makes sense. I call on the Republican Party to quit throwing sticks and stones at Obama's agenda and come up with your own. Republicans in the House, Republicans in the Senate, quit playing defense. Go on the offense. Come up with some plans that make sense. But see, here's the problem. Conservatism does not always equate with compassionism. Compassionism? Compassionate behavior, as President Bush tried to do. Because what Democrats have and what America has begun to equate compassion with is taking care of me. And conservatism challenges people to get up and take care of themselves, to rise above the need for government to hold your hand and to make decisions for you and to take care of you from cradle to grave. Conservatism says, no, you can rise up and be the best you can be. Get an education, work hard, invest in yourself. Now, that's not a popular message anymore. So sometimes conservatism doesn't come across as compassionately as former President Bush, number 43, would have liked. But here's the thing, guys. We have got to have a solid conservative message that makes sense. I think it's time for another Ronald Reagan. I think it's time for another Ronald Reagan to rise up and to say, look, we've had 4 years of destructive liberalism. Let's get back to the conservative values of rugged individualism, of entrepreneurialism, of free market economy that made this country great. Conservative leader, you're out there somewhere. We know you are. Maybe you're watching this video. rise up. Call us out. We'll follow you. Thanks for watching Conservative Apologetics.